Alright, boys and girls, and welcome to Chord on Guitar. So we have NEFFEX here in our channel again, and this time I believe this is one of their best songs yet, I heard. And this one is called Till I Let Go. And it's pretty easy to play as it is. I'm gonna show you some extra material that will lift this song up to next level here. But first of all, we need to start to set our capo here on the 3rd fret. And we have 4 different chords that will be used in this song here, and the chords will be in the same order through the whole entire song. So great there. Let's start with the E minor. So that is open E, second A, second D, open G, open B, and open E. Then C. So 3rd on A, 2nd D, open G, 1st B, and open E. Then G, so 3rd on E, 2nd A, open D, open G, 3rd B, and 3rd E. And final chord will be D. So open D, 2nd G, 3rd B, and 2nd E. Okay, so that is the chord progression through the entire song, like I said. Now we will use these chords as a base, but we will not necessarily have that grip for the song always, since we are trying to get some notes into this song here to really get this extra effect of it. So yeah, let's start first with the intro. I believe it's 16 times on the 3rd fret on E string. You just hit them like this in this tempo. So there's your intro. Pretty easy, 16 times. And then starts the chords here. So for this first round, E minor, C, G, and D, you will have the chords we just learned here, but you will add this extra note here, the G note here, the same note as we started here with the intro, the 3rd fret on the E string. So for each chord here, the E minor, you will add this E here, 3rd fret on E, and then the same with the other chords, C, G, G has it built in there, and the D, like this. Okay, so you will play 8 downs for each chord here on the first round. So okay, it will sound like that. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll learn to count here in this tutorial. So 8 times for each chord here, and if you want, you can just alternate here, play more on the bass sometimes and more on this top string sometimes, so that gives us more life to this strumming here. So notice there, that's a way of strumming here. You could do it full strumming as well, doesn't matter there, but I sometimes prefer to alternate between the bass notes and these top notes there. So first round, E minor, C, G, and D, 8 downs for each chord. And then on the second round, we are still in the first verse, and the verse is about 2 rounds of this E minor, C, and C, G, and D. So for the second final round in the verse here, you will try to have this melody going on here. I will show you first how it sounds, and then I'm going to show how it's played. So okay, so perhaps you can hear in the background, melody goes like this. And same again. right? So the melody goes here on the 3rd fret B string, then 1st fret B string, and then open B. So for the E minor, you play the 3rd fret B, and just before you switch to C, you hit the 1st fret B. And then comes the C right away with this open B. And the same goes for G to D. You play 3rd fret here on the B string, emphasize that one. And then you switch to the 1st fret, still on G, right before you switch to the D. And when you play the D here, you need to have this open B string, so that means you only hold this one, the 2nd fret on the G string, because you want to end when you strum on all these chords now, on the E minor, C, G, and D. You want to avoid this last E string, because you want to emphasize the melody, and it's on the B string. So when you strum, try to land or stop at the B string. So avoid the last E string. So that means when you are grabbing the D here, the D chord, the only thing you are holding here is the 2nd fret G string, since the B should be open and you avoid the E. So slowly it will be like this. Yeah, always harder to explain something slower or play it slower. But yeah, I think you get the idea here. Melody, 3rd fret B string, 1st fret B string, and open B. And think as pair of chords. The E minor plays the 3rd fret and the 1st fret on B string, and the C plays the open. And the same case between the G and D. So yeah. So 1 round of this variation here. So that will be 2 rounds in total here, and that's the first verse. Now for the pre-chorus, you can play still the same melody here if you want, or you can just do the downs here as well. So that will be the same as either you go like the first round in the verse, just the downs, like this, or this melody we just learned. So that will be the pre-chorus, and you will do that for 2 rounds. So 2 rounds of this pre-chorus. And yeah, that lead us to the chorus here. So the chorus is actually just an instrumental part, you can say, but I demonstrated how it's played here in the beginning of this tutorial, and the instrumental play will be like this. Something like that. So we have this melody here that goes for each and every chord here. So if we can demonstrate here with the E minor first. What I do here, I play the melody while I'm strumming. So I'll actually strum different notes here, and I try to keep the strumming very tight here. So I really try to emphasize the notes. But of course, if you just strum the actual note, it's better to pick them just from the string here. So we want to have a couple of strings involved here when we strum here to get more bass and more fleshy feeling here to the strumming here. So you will try to get the strings around the actual melody here. So in this case, it will be that you strum more on the D, G, and perhaps the B string as well. So that is where you want to be with this strumming here. So I'm going to show you the melody first, and it goes like this. Okay, so for each chord you're gonna play and try to play and get these notes. Okay, so for E minor, that is the chord like this, but we have the melody on the third string here, the G string. So that means sometimes you need to get more fingers involved here. In this case, 3 fingers. So the melody will be start on the G string, 2nd fret, and you play that 4 times. So, and then open G string, then open B string, then 2nd G string, and open G string. So slowly. Okay, so you see, I'm trying to keep the chord as it is. So while I'm strumming the actual note here on the G string, I also can strum on these strings, and it will sound great here, since that is the chord that belongs to this melody here. So 1 strum first on just actual chord, and then comes the melody. That is the case with all these chords, even for C, G, and D. So 1 down on the chord, and then comes the melody. And then you switch to C. Okay, like this. 1 down. And then you need to involve your little index finger here to actually pick the melody here. So you need to release it from where it should be on the C chord here. So that is the finger that actually do the melody here. So okay, then you move up to the G here. You cannot afford to grab the G as it is with these fingers all down here, and you won't need these fingers here on the top strings. So what you do from C here, you just move up 1 string with the same fingers, your middle finger and your ring finger preferably. Now you have again your index finger to do the melody here. If you do the grip like this, like you normally do for G, you don't have any fingers, or you could have it, but it will be much harder to have control over the melody here. So move from this grip C here up to G. Now, all right, and for the D, yeah, so that one you can hold almost like it is if you wish, the D chord here. So that is how you play the chorus here, and you will do that for 2 rounds. 2 rounds of the chorus. Then starts the 2nd verse here, and from this 2nd verse here, we need to look at the strumming pattern. It will be down, down, up, down, down, up. So we'll illustrate that with an E minor. Right, and so on. So down, down, up, down, down, up. That is 1 round. What I do there, I play more on the bass on the first down here. And I answer the rest with the middle and top string. So you do 2 rounds for each chord. E minor, C, C, G, G, D. So the second verse is about 2 rounds of the E minor, C, G, and D, and 2 strumming rounds for each chord. And that brings us to pre-chorus number 2. In the lyrics, I can't move on till I let go. So that is where you have the song, not name for the song here. So the pre-chorus number 2, you can choose to continue this strumming that we just learned with the same chords, the down, down, up, down, down, up. And you can do that for 2 rounds, or you can choose to play a new melody here. And I demonstrated even this melody in the beginning of this tutorial. And you will for sure use this melody for the next chorus, you can say. And that melody will change for the, it won't be the same melody as in the first chorus. So the melody will be like this. Yeah, something like that. And I play wrong sometimes. I don't get all notes here. Doesn't matter. It gives a great effect anyway, and just keep on playing and it will, come together everything, and it will be great. So the melody will be almost the same through the whole entire part here for this chorus. So you can think here as a pair of chords again. So E minor and C. You can think that as one round, and it will repeat itself with the G and D then, okay? So the melody, just the melody will be like this. Okay, so that was E minor and C. So now you will bring in the melody right away from the first strum here. So it will be for the E minor. Okay, so what you play there, you have the 2nd fret on the G string, then open G, then open B, and open G. You play that for 2 times, and that's the E minor. So right, 2 times, and then comes the C part. The melody will be like this. So it starts in the same way here. 2nd on the G, open G, open B, and open G. So the first half of this C part will be the same like you played here in the E minor, but the next half here, the other half, will be, so 1st fret on B string, open G string, open B string, and open G string. So 1st fret B, open G, open B, open G. So we do the C part here. Yeah, and then it repeats itself with the G and D. So play the G in the same way as you play the E minor, and the D in the same way you play the C. yeah, so that is the part you can use for the pre-chorus here for 2 rounds, or the strumming. And right after these 2 rounds of the pre-chorus starts the next chorus, and here you will play for sure this melody here. So you will play that for 2 rounds. And if you listen carefully, sometimes I hit other strings here, and some notes are not that clear and so on. Just continue play and it will sound great all together. So just go on, and you will be more comfortable also as more as you play there, and more secure here. So yeah, that is how you handle the chorus, and then it ends with final strumming here for just standard chords here for 2 rounds. So the strumming will be down, down, up, down, down, up. So what we just learned. Great song from NEFFEX. So guys, good luck with this one, all these melodies, and I love your support. So continue watch these movies here, and feel free to comment anything if you want, and yeah, see you soon, guys. Don't forget, practice, do your homework, and most of all, play tuned.